What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? What's up, family? And what's up, friends? It's your boy Lowell, and I got to hit y'all with another video. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, I'd like to welcome y'all all back to another episode of Papa Lowe's Place. Now, y'all know that Papa Lowe's Place is a place where if it's on your mind, let's talk about it. If it's something that you're going through, let's talk about it. Family, if it's in the news, on the internet, anywhere you find it, all right, let's talk about it. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for clicking on and for watching this video. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my channel as well. All right, now y'all, hey, just started November. It's hot as heck outside. I don't know what that's about. It's kind of hot out there here in sunny South Carolina. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to press through that. Now, in today's podcast, we have a video that I think is very, very inspirational, if you will. Inspirational for me. I'm not an animal lover by any stretch of the imagination, but hey, I'm gonna tell you, just seeing this video right here, I just might become an animal lover. You never know. I just might become an animal lover. I explained to you guys how when I was about maybe 13, 14, 15 years old, somewhere in that age bracket, I was bitten by a dog, and so pretty much animals and me, we just don't agree, and I'm okay with that. But today's video kind of restores my hope in animals, if you will, or pets, should I say. So what I'd like to do is to go ahead and roll that clip, give my commentary throughout the video, and also give some more detailed commentary at the end of the video. All right? I think you guys will enjoy this video, so without further delay, roll that clip.
A 130-pound black cane Corso planted himself outside a little girl's bedroom door and refused to move for 72 hours straight. What this family discovered about why their rescue dog was acting this way will make you question everything you thought you knew about the connection between animals and the children they're meant to protect. This is Draco, and this is Stormy, the 6-year-old girl he protected in ways no one understood until one terrifying night changed everything. 8 months ago, the Patterson family adopted Draco from a high-kill shelter in Atlanta. He was 3 years old, jet black, 130 pounds of pure muscle, with eyes that seemed to carry secrets no one could unlock. The shelter director pulled them aside before the adoption papers were signed. This dog has been returned twice. He's protective to the point of obsession.
Now, let me be honest with y'all. I had never heard of a cane Corso before. 130 pounds. That's a big dog. That's a big dog. And to know that he is obsessed with protecting his owner, and to the point of where he was brought back by 2 previous owners. So again, you know, for some people, that's what they want. They want that kind of protection. But maybe he was hovering just a little bit too much for some of the owners. I don't know. I know if I got a pet, that's why I would get him for. Is to protect my house. I don't care if it's a cat, a hamster, a gerbil. I don't care what it is. The only reason why you here, the sole reason why you are here, is to protect the Yarborough household. All right. So I don't see anything wrong with what this cane Corso did. But let's continue.
Are you absolutely certain you want him around a young child? Marcus Patterson looked at his wife Keisha, then down at their daughter Stormy, who just finished her 3rd round of treatment for a severe autoimmune disorder. Stormy needs a friend who won't treat her like she's breakable, Keisha said firmly. Maybe Draco needs someone to protect. Maybe they need each other. Marcus wasn't sold. That dog is bigger than both of us combined, Keisha. What happens when Stormy has a flare-up? What if he doesn't understand she's fragile? But Stormy had already made her choice. She walked straight up to Draco's kennel, her tiny fingers wrapping around the cold metal bars. "Hi, big guy," she whispered. "You look lonely. I get lonely too. Wanna come home with me? Draco's massive head tilted. His dark eyes locked onto Stormy's face. And for the first time in 6 months, according to every staff member present, his tail moved. Just once, but it moved. Draco came home that Saturday with clear instructions. Stormy was immunocompromised. She tired easily. She had unpredictable episodes where her body would suddenly betray her. The dog needed to understand boundaries, needed to be gentle. Except Draco had his own rules. From the very first night, Draco refused to leave Stormy's side.
I have some friends who have what Stormy has, that autoimmune disease, whatever it's called. If I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. And as she mentioned, she talked about the tiredness of the. A lot of times I hear about how their bones ache and muscles ache and just different things going on. I can definitely understand, people's concern with, having a 130-pound cane Corso in the house. Would it be beneficial or would it be detrimental to the development and the longevity of the child? So I definitely understand both sides of that. It would be a dilemma for me if I were in that arena and my child who has that disease wanted to get a dog. I would really be considering both pros and cons on this. And I'm sure that the parents did the same thing. They waited out and eventually Stormy won. So let's continue.
When she ate breakfast, Draco sat beside her chair. When she watched cartoons on the couch, Draco laid at her feet, his massive body creating a barrier between her and the rest of the world. When Stormy went to bed, Draco positioned himself right outside her bedroom door like a 130-pound security system that never clocked out. It's like he's on duty 24/7, Marcus said, watching Draco's nighttime vigil. He barely even blinks. 3 months into Draco's arrival, Stormy's condition took a serious turn. Her inflammation markers spiked dangerously high. Her doctors admitted her to the hospital immediately. Her immune system was attacking itself, and they needed to stabilize her before it got worse. Stormy stayed in the hospital for 9 days. Draco stood at the front door for the first 48 hours, refusing to eat, drink, or move. He just stared at that door like sheer willpower could bring her back. This isn't normal, Marcus said on day 5. The dog is literally falling apart without her. Keisha made a decision. She called the hospital. Can we bring Draco to visit? Just once? Stormy keeps crying for him. After some convincing and a lot of paperwork, the hospital agreed to one outdoor visit in their healing garden. The moment Draco saw Stormy sitting in that wheelchair, pale and exhausted with an IV line taped to her small arm, something in him cracked open. He didn't run or jump or bark. He approached slowly, his entire body trembling, and gently rested his enormous head on her lap. I missed you so much, Stormy whispered, her arms barely able to wrap around his thick neck. I'm trying to get better, Draco. I promise I'm trying. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, you're honestly missing out on stories that will completely change how you see the bond between animals and the kids they choose to protect. Hit that subscribe button right now. You need to see what happens next. Draco stayed perfectly still for 30 minutes. When it was time to leave, he didn't fight, but his eyes tracked Stormy until she disappeared through the hospital doors. Stormy came home 11 days after she was admitted. She was weaker, slower, and slept almost 14 hours a day. And for every single one of those hours, Draco was right there. But then Draco started doing something strange. Every night at exactly 2:30 a.m., Draco started doing something strange. He'd stand up from his post outside Stormy's door, push it open with his nose, and walk to her bedside.
You know what I find amusing about this part of the video is that leash that Stormy had on Draco. What is that supposed to do? We talking about a little girl who probably weighs no more than 30 pounds, maybe 40 pounds at the most. And then we're talking about Draco, which is weighing 130, maybe 130 plus pounds. But Draco is so gentle with her to allow her to put on the leash, walk around without pulling her, without, causing any damage to her. And, I tell you what, if I could find me something like Draco, I think I'd be all right. I think I might change my mind about pets. But every dog ain't Draco. That's all I can tell you. Every dog that I see is not Draco. So let's continue.
He'd press his nose against her chest. Not hard, just firm, steady pressure, and hold it there for about 15 seconds. Then he'd move to her side, press again, then her back. Then he'd return to his spot outside her door. "What is he doing?" Marcus asked one night, watching from the hallway. Keisha shook her head. Maybe he's checking if she's breathing? But it felt like more than that. It felt intentional, methodical. 3 weeks after Stormy came home, everything changed. It was 2:51 a.m. Draco was doing his nightly check, pressing his nose gently against Stormy's chest, when suddenly he went completely still. His ears flattened. His body locked up, and then he did something he had never done before. He barked. Not a normal bark. A sharp, desperate, urgent bark that shattered the silence. Once, twice, 3 times. Marcus and Keisha shot out of bed and sprinted down the hall. "What's wrong?" Keisha screamed, throwing Stormy's door open. Stormy was unconscious. Her lips were turning blue. She wasn't breathing. Marcus grabbed his phone, hands shaking as he dialed 911. Keisha dropped to her knees and started CPR, her voice breaking. "Come on, baby. Come on, Stormy. Breathe. Please breathe." Draco pressed his body against Stormy's legs, his eyes locked on her face, willing her back. The paramedics arrived in 5 minutes. They intubated Stormy, stabilized her vitals, and rushed her to the ER. Keisha rode in the ambulance while Marcus followed behind. At the hospital, doctors worked for 45 minutes to stabilize her. Finally, Dr. Patel emerged, exhausted but composed. She had a severe anaphylactic reaction. Her airway closed almost completely. "If you hadn't found her when you did..." She paused. Minutes mattered. Keisha's voice cracked. "We didn't find her. Draco did." Dr. Patel's eyebrows lifted. "The dog?" Marcus nodded. "He woke us up. He knew something was wrong." Stormy spent another 6 days in the hospital.
Put in the chat below if you know what anaphylactic shock is, or anaphylactic reaction. Heard that? I'm not sure what that is. Love to hear you guys enlighten me on that. All right, let's continue.
This time, the hospital bent the rules. Draco was allowed to visit every single day. And every day, he walked into her room, laid his head beside her hand, and just stayed. No noise, no movement, just presence. When Stormy finally came home, Draco resumed his post. But now everyone understood. Those nightly checks weren't random. The pressing against her chest, her side, her back. Draco had been monitoring her all along. He wasn't just a pet, he was a sentinel. 8 months later, Stormy is thriving. Her condition is managed. Her energy is back. And her favorite thing? Taking slow walks with Draco, her tiny hand resting on his massive head. "You saved me, Draco," she tells him every night. "You're my hero." And Draco, the 130-pound black cane Corso who'd been returned twice and labeled too intense, finally found what he'd been searching for. A purpose. A little girl to protect. A family who understood that loyalty isn't about being convenient. It's about showing up when no one else believes in you. Because sometimes the biggest, darkest dogs carry the brightest hearts. And sometimes the fiercest love refuses to leave your side, no matter what. So here's the question. Can dogs sense medical danger before it happens? Or is it instinct? Drop your answer below.
All right, family, you seen that video, you heard that video, and again, as I told you earlier, it's a very inspirational story showing how Draco was unwanted by 2 previous owners because he was too protective. Draco found his purpose with Stormy, and even though he was still very protective, he was much needed there. And again, you know, with me, it's just amazing how you hear these stories of how dogs are able to detect certain things, and probably cats too, but I'm not a dog lover by any stretch, but I'm definitely not a cat lover. But even cats are able to detect when humans are in distress at some point. You see these people, I go to the VA hospital, you see these people with their service dogs and how the service dogs provide them comfort and provide them a purpose, if you will. And, we had service dogs come to church, and people are very, very particular about their service dogs. How they don't want you to touch them. They don't want anyone sitting around them. I don't know why that is. I would definitely love to know. But again, pet owners are some very, very, I don't want to say unusual, but they're very, very loyal. They love their pets for the most part, and highly guarded of their pets. In this case, Draco was highly guarded of Stormy. And again, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I knew that I can get a dog, a cane Corso or whatever it is, like Draco, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would feel more secure with leaving to work sometimes and having to have my wife here. And I would feel more secure with going with Maya actually out playing out in the yard a little bit. She's 7 years old, and there are times where she wants to go outside, play in the yard. I would definitely feel more secure in that arena. Not that I, as Papa Lo, would ever think of just leaving Maya alone out there in the yard. Not at all. Some of y'all know, I think I told y'all a story a couple of weeks ago. My son-in-law, not a couple of months ago, my son-in-law and I were actually putting up some cameras around the house, and we were both up on the ladder trying to secure the cameras to the house, and just happened to look down, and there was like 3 pit bulls at the bottom of the ladder. And, thank God that these pit bulls were, it seems like they really didn't want much, but they came up kind of aggressive or whatever have you, and all we did was go, and they kind of ran away or whatever have you. But, imagine if I had that 130-pound cane Corso just bust out the door and you imagine if I had that. You know what I'm saying? That would have made me a proud dog pappy, if there is such a thing. So again, if I knew that I can get that, I think I would be okay. I really do. I would still like some instruction from people who are dog owners, so I can learn how to better become a dog owner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be just satisfied with, okay, I got a dog and he's great at protection or whatever. I want to do what I'm supposed to do as a dog owner to make sure I put that dog in the best possible position to protect our home. So, tell me what you guys think. Do you think that, the parents, maybe they were a little misinformed and they should have, being that their child had this disease, that they should have, not had Draco in the house? Or do you think the parents made the right decision? I think they made the right decision overall. Hindsight is 2020. You can always go back and Monday morning quarterback anything, but in this particular case, their daughter is alive, family. Their daughter is alive. And so I'm just glad that is the case. I really do. I appreciate Draco every night going into her room, pressing his nose up against her side to see if she's alive, to see if she's still breathing. I appreciate that so much. So to Draco, I salute you. All right, so again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Please like, share, and again, comment on this video. We love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you find it within your heart to do so, please subscribe to the channel, baby. We'd love to have you as a member of Papa Lo's Place. All right, so you guys, as I always say, you guys take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.